Dragon Ball Super is finally starting to move again.
Finally!
And after years of basically surviving on movies, manga chapters, games, and pure hope, we now have 2 Dragon Ball Super anime projects officially in production. We have Dragon Ball Super, Beerus coming first, and then, finally, Dragon Ball Super, Galactic Patrol, or as most of us are going to call it, the Moro arc. And over the last few weeks, we've actually gotten some very interesting information about both projects. Some of it is officially confirmed. Some of it comes from leaks and reports. And today I want to separate the two and talk about what all of this could actually mean for the return of Dragon Ball Super. Because honestly, things might be moving faster than we thought. Let's start with the project that we know is coming first. Dragon Ball Super, Beerus. This is officially scheduled for fall 2026. But one thing I want to make clear is that Toei isn't really treating this as just a normal remaster. They're calling it an enhanced edition. We're talking about newly added and redrawn scenes, improved visuals, reworked battle sequences, and apparently even some reconstruction of how the story itself is presented. And honestly, this is probably exactly what the beginning of Dragon Ball Super needed, because those first episodes did not exactly have the greatest reputation when they originally aired.
Brother, what's that? What's that, brother?
Especially when you compare them to how incredible Battle of Gods looked as a movie. So getting a much more polished version of that part of the story actually sounds pretty interesting. But now we get into the rumors, because according to recent reports, Dragon Ball Super, Beerus could apparently only be around 20 episodes long, and that would change everything. The rumored structure would cover Battle of Gods, Resurrection F, and the Universe 6 tournament, all within approximately 20 episodes. Now, before somebody runs into the comments, this has not been officially confirmed by Toei. This is still a rumor. But if it turns out to be true, think about what that actually means. The original Dragon Ball Super took around 46 episodes to reach the end of the Universe 6 tournament. If they compress all of that into only around 20 episodes, then this isn't just Dragon Ball Super with prettier animation. They're cutting unnecessary material, tightening the pacing, and potentially rebuilding the beginning of the anime into a much cleaner experience. And there's another interesting detail. Dragon Ball Super, Beerus will have a special panel at New York Comic Con on October 8th. Now, they have not promised us a new trailer or an exact release date. So again, don't take that as confirmation. But considering the anime is supposed to release during fall 2026, October 8th suddenly becomes a very interesting date. There have also been rumors about the anime beginning around October 11th or October 18th. Neither date is confirmed. But October itself would obviously make a lot of sense, so we might not have to wait much longer before we finally know exactly when this thing is coming. But what about the Goku Black Arc? Now this is where that 20-episode rumor becomes really interesting, because according to those same reports, Dragon Ball Super, Beerus could apparently end after the Universe 6 tournament, meaning no Goku Black Arc remake, and no Tournament of Power remake either. And once again, not confirmed. But if that really is the plan, I actually think that tells us something very important. Maybe Toei never intended to remake all 131 episodes of Dragon Ball Super. Maybe the entire point of this project is simply to go back and fix the beginning of the anime, the part that needed the most work, and then move on. Because remember what comes after all of this, the project we've been waiting years for. The Moro arc Dragon Ball Super. The Galactic Patrol is officially happening. This is not a leak. This is not a rumor. It is officially in production. And this will finally continue the Dragon Ball Super anime story beyond the Tournament of Power. For people who never read the manga, I'm obviously not going to spoil the entire story. But just understand that this arc gives us some absolutely ridiculous moments. And seeing some of those fights animated properly could genuinely be something special. The problem? We still have no release date. And recently some people started saying the Moro arc has been delayed until 2028. But that is not confirmed. Until Toei gives us an actual date, anyone telling you that 2028 is confirmed is getting ahead of themselves. And there's one more thing that makes the Moro arc even more exciting. Naohiro Shintani. If that name sounds familiar, he was one of the major people behind the visual direction and character designs of Dragon Ball Super, Broly. And Broly still has, in my opinion, one of the best looking versions of Dragon Ball we have ever gotten. The characters were less stiff, the designs were cleaner, and most importantly, they were made in a way that allowed the animators to actually move them. And there are strong indications that Shintani is involved with Dragon Ball Super, the Galactic Patrol. He's believed to have worked on the teaser visual for the project. Now, has Toei officially announced him as the main character designer for the Moro arc? No, the complete staff still hasn't been revealed, so I'm not going to sit here and tell you that Shintani designing the entire anime is confirmed, but there is clearly enough evidence of his involvement to get excited. And if the Moro arc actually ends up using that Broly-style Shintani approach, guys, imagine some of the fights from the Moro arc with Dragon Ball Super, Broly-level movement. That alone has me excited. So where does that leave us? Right now, this is basically where Dragon Ball Super stands. Dragon Ball Super. Beerus is officially coming in fall 2026. There are rumors that it could be around 20 episodes, potentially covering everything from Battle of Gods through the Universe 6 tournament. There's a major Beerus panel happening at New York Comic Con on October 8th, where hopefully we learn more. And after Beerus, we officially have Dragon Ball Super, the Galactic Patrol in production, the Moro arc. There is still no confirmed release date. 2028 is not officially confirmed, and Shintani appears to be involved with the project, although his exact role still hasn't officially been announced. And honestly, after all these years of asking, when is Dragon Ball Super coming back? It feels really weird that we can finally say, it is coming back. Now we just need to know when. And personally, if this Beerus project really is only around 20 episodes, and allows Toei to move into the Moro arc faster, I'm completely fine with that. Give us the improved beginning of Super, make it look beautiful, and then give us Moro. Because I think I speak for almost every Dragon Ball fan when I say, we are ready. Let me know in the comments, would you rather see Toei remake all of Dragon Ball Super first, or would you rather they finish Beerus quickly and move straight into the Moro arc? And if you enjoy Dragon Ball news, Dragon Ball Legends guides, tutorials, and videos like this, make sure to check out the channel and subscribe. We're so back.